Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the NTZ crew. There's Jeffrey Tatter. I meant to say Jacob Tanjay. I'm looking right at it. Pretty sure Michael Beat Your Life is going to be on here. What's up, 53 Shades Darker? If we go ahead and have that meet and greet, man, why don't you and your woman come on through again? King Arthur. Okay, that's Jeffrey Tatter. What's up, Roger? Speaking of Asia, Mike Dawsonville, all my old heads, thank y'all for your support over the years. Any new viewers and subscribers joining today? What's up, Jungle Man, Space Cowboy? Welcome to the live stream. Anybody catching this on replay? The peso is 56.16. It jumped back up over 56. I'm glad of that. Okay, but anytime it's over 50, really, you're doing good. I was here, it was 41 before. It was somewhere around 47 during the pandemic. What's up, Robert Dane? He said, you become like your friends. But we always have a topic. The topic today is the talk every American should have with his Filipino girlfriend or wife. Really, I should have put before bringing them home. But of course, this is your live stream. We're going to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. I was kind of confused. I saw where, they're laying these 3 soldiers that got killed in Jordan to rest, and the United States blamed Iran, but hell, they bombed Syria and Iraq. But I'm just like, well, hell, I'm going to let y'all know now, I'm anti-war, so if that turns you against me, I'm sorry. But before we get started on this, I want to talk about the video I did yesterday. Did I make a mistake by retiring my Filipino girlfriend or wife? It got a lot of interest, a lot of comments. I just want to talk about it. Bacala Wheel, he's a long time follower of mine. He kind of hit it on the nose. He said, we worked all those years and earned our retirement. Then we want to come over here and meet a 20-something-year-old and basically retire her. Okay, now her life has no meaning, no purpose. Most of us are prone to failed relationships. So now she's left with no skills or anything. Big gaps in her employment record. He said it's going to cause a lot of problems. And he really said everything that I said in that video. A lot of guys, they'll just comment without watching the vlog. He certainly watched it. But let's talk a little bit about that today. Are we hurting the woman or helping her when we retire her at such an early age? What are y'all's thoughts on that? Because I wrote down some stuff, and we'll talk about it. One thing I said, it's a tremendous responsibility that comes from doing that, whether you realize it or not. Okay, it says when you retire, is limited. She starts to feel like you owe her something. You asked me to quit my job. I didn't really want to quit, knowing good and well that she really wanted to get away from that situation. But are we really doing them any good? Think about that, because I've got a friend over here. He's 30 and he doesn't work. He's a man. He's a foreigner. And and it just hit me one day. I'm like, damn, what is he going to do with his life? He doesn't even work. But just like he said, I said, what happens when the relationship ends? What type of position are you going to put her in? because it's going to end. It's going to end no matter how uh, you want to look at it. What's up, Don? He says, do you really want somebody to be 100% dependent on you like a child? Because it's like raising another child. And it says, we're jumping off of one wheel and onto another one without even realizing it. Because it's going to be like having a job. Sometimes you're going to pause and say, well, I thought I was retired. Okay, because the pressure to produce is still going to be there when you got people depending on you. The pressure to make it happen is still going to be there. You're supposed to get rid of that as you get older, as you retire. But see, our man start playing tricks on us. You know, we're not as young as we used to be. The load gets heavier as we get older, guys. Come on, talk to me. But that's why I like to have these conversations. You know, we don't think things all the way through. I don't think we're doing a woman any good. What's up, Angelo? How's things going? When we retire her, okay? Because the guy says, oh, well, it's the wording. Did you retire her? Did she want to quit? Listen, when you don't expect them to work, because a lot of times when you meet a woman over here, she doesn't have a job. So if you don't expect her to work, or you don't encourage them to work, you're retiring them. And I just don't see any good that comes out of it. But these are the type of videos that we really should be kind of engaging in and talking about, but we don't. All y'all want to talk about is, you know what? And you're not going to learn anything from that. Jeffrey Taylor said, when's the meet and greet? Well, it's tentatively scheduled for the last week of this month. We haven't been able to talk to the people yet. Hopefully we can talk to them today, Jeffrey. No, this is live. Willis Borkins says, is this live or is this a replay? No, this is live, brother. Robert Dame says, I remember you said it would go up. It will. What's up, Sam McCall? Get out of here, booby. What's up, John? Big dog. Ryan Jones. This is the guy who gave me the idea when I said I wish I was in the Philippines. There's Arthur. Don I says, I love the peso to dollar rate back in Makati next month. Yeah, it's good, man. But are we robbing these young women of the satisfaction of independence? You know, because for a lot of us, a job gives us purpose. It gives our life some meaning. Are we taking that away from her? You know, I don't want to babysit over here. What's up? I really don't want to babysit over here. And that's what you're going to have. And it's going to cause all kind of problems. She's going to be looking over your shoulders, peeking around the corner at you. But I just thought we'd talk about that for a little while because Jim Jones says, hey, Cal, did you receive my recent email about moving to Thailand and finding work for your wife? I did. I thought I responded to that. But I'm not trying to move. We're not trying to move to Thailand. Huh? Can you tell her? Yeah, there. We have no desire to move to Thailand, man. We got a whole family over here. I mean, Merlin's skilled enough where she can find a job. You know, but her only problem was she just wasn't getting paid. Now, did I hurt her by retiring her? This is what we want to talk about. Big Dog says talk to your partners about paying themselves first. Well, what does that have to do with working? We're coming over here and dating these 20-something-year-old women. And we're retiring them, guys. We're taking them out of the workforce for our own selfish needs. Is that a good thing? I don't think it is, guys. I really don't think it is. But that's just me. Some people were in the comments saying that, yeah, I don't want my woman working 12 to 15 hours a day or whatever it was, 10 hours a day for her little pay. Well, that's life over here. More than likely, your relationship's not going to work. You're going to put her in a precarious situation, a shaky situation. Hey, Ron Scudder, thanks for that super chat. He said, it's a real catch-22 situation. You'd like her to be available for you, but at the same time, if she works, she doesn't make much money. The only practical upside is that it gives her some purpose. It does give her purpose, but it gives you some free time. Okay? It gives you some free time because, trust me, guys, when you're dealing with women here in the Philippines, they're going to want to henpeck you anyway. Okay? They're going to want to be by your side anyway, so let her go to work. She's at work for 8 hours. She might be texting the hell out of you. So what? Now you got some time for yourself because you think you're not going to need it, but you're really going to need it. You could travel and you could do all type of stuff during the day while she's at work. And she's going to appreciate the things that you're doing for her. If you come over here and you get with a woman that doesn't have a job, some of these women are so young, they've never worked. They've never had a real job before. She's not going to appreciate what you're doing because she's never stood up at the mall for 12 hours and having one or two customers, daydreaming about where else she could be. She's never made that sacrifice. He said, but in reality, most of them don't have a real job. Yeah, they do have a real job over here. Unless you're going to take it all the way, which there's no guarantee you're going to do that. We're looking at we're looking at the odds. Most of us don't make it with the first woman we deal with. So, now what? The good thing about my son's mother, because this is the way I thought, Mike. I said, well, damn, she's working 12 to 14 hours a day. I mean, literally. Now, I'm not playing. She was working 12 to 14 hours a day. And you got to realize they have to get up at a certain amount of time just to make it to work on time. So she's probably up 16 hours out of the day trying to get to work. And I said, well, I'm going to rescue her. The only thing that saved her, she was already ambitious. Because once we split up, she applied for the OFW. But before that even kicked in, she had met one of us and ended up going to America. And, the rest is history now. She's building a house over there in America. But a lot of these women aren't like that. It's like my wife. I'll give you an example. She was in between jobs. She had worked herself into exhaustion. So when I took her to America, which I'm going to talk about this in the talk that we should all have with these women before we bring them over there. It was more so she could work. That's what she wanted to do. And that's my only regret because she had a great, great job. She was working at General Electric. And I asked her to quit that job to come over here, to move back over here to the Philippines. Okay, she was making great money, man, getting paid every Thursday, union, benefits, health care. She had it all, And I asked her to do that, and I think I did her an injustice. I know I did, because the relationship didn't work, guys, because she wanted to get back home over there. So now she doesn't even work. She's with that man. He don't want her to work either. Robert Dame, thanks for that super chat. He said she can stay busy. She could be your guide, and you're going to need that in the beginning. Yeah, but we're talking about, are we doing her a good, are we doing her a favor, Robert, by doing that? Because more than likely, your first relationship's not going to work, Robert, over here. Okay? And you've already made the woman quit her job. Okay? There's only so many tours you're going to take. You could do that on the weekend when she's not working. Hey, Willis Boykins, thanks for that super chat. He says, how do they feel about working while together? Well, they're not going to have a real choice if you encourage her to keep the job, Willis. But we don't encourage them to, we want them with us 100% of the time, especially when we get here, not realizing what we're doing. It's a handful. You jumped off of, one hamster wheel onto another. Because sometimes dealing with, depending on the woman, remember, it's always going to come down to the people involved. Dealing with some of these women is like a job. It's like raising a child all over again. Because she's going to be 100% dependent on you. I think we're handicapping them when we do that. See, it's okay to pay all the bills. Now you can save your money or do whatever it is you want to do with it. Retired 2019 says, my mom worked until retirement. I'm not taking care of a woman. I will pay bills, but she needs her own play money. See, this is what I'm just saying. I think we're doing them a grave injustice, but we don't look at it like that. We're rescue. We come over here with that Captain Save-A-Hole. I'm going to rescue her. When she doesn't need rescuing, she needs help, really, but she don't need rescuing. Because I'm going to tell you, some of these women, man, they're in bad shape when we break up with them. They have nothing. They have to immediately jump back on that website and find another man. And they don't like doing that. So if I were you, before we move on to the subject, I would encourage her to keep her job, especially if she likes it. Which, nobody likes to work, but it gives them some meaning over here. You know how hard jobs are to come by over here? That's another reason why you should say, hey, keep the job. And it could help you in the long run if she needs some, she can get financing or whatever. Take out a loan where you can't do that. Frank Ellis says, I have a feeling that relationship here over here isn't going to work out. Well, I know her a lot better than, a lot of guys. Okay. A lot of people, they going by that Judge Mathis thing. She's the submissive, supportive type. She'll be there as long as he wants her there. As long as he's not mistreating her. Okay. The problem with us was she wanted to go back there and I wasn't ready. She thought by her going back, I was going to follow her. She's a good woman, man. Wandering Doc says, Jim, I moved to Cebu and daily I see one or two. That's part of it. We didn't make the rules, remember? Mike Alexander says, Brother Cal, I want her to decide whatever it is she wants to do with her life goals. Yeah, but see, that's not really, you're not really giving her an intelligent choice. The intelligent choice is going to be quit and hang around with you all day, Michael. I mean, let's just be honest. Nobody really wants to work. Okay, you're going to have to encourage her. You're going to have to say, hey, think that all the way through. What if our relationship doesn't work out? Now what? You have nothing, But it's just something that we need to talk about Jim Jones says in 10 years, these age gap Filipinos are going to be in trouble. Expat passed away. She's wasted her best years on him, and now she has passed her prime. No money, no children. I feel sorry for them. Well, you shouldn't feel sorry for them because we live now, Jim. You can't live 10 years down the line. They're starving now. They need help now. They're struggling now, not 10 years from now. Okay? And they don't need us to feel sorry for them. We should feel sorry for each other. They're tough as nails. They can handle whatever it is we're bringing to the table. But now you don't need to feel sorry for them because they're not stupid, first of all. But yeah, I don't talk 10 years down the line like that. She ain't wasted her best years. She's 20, then she'll be 30. If she's taking care of herself, you know. I don't get into that age gap stuff, man. That's for losers, Jim. And you're not a loser. I wouldn't get into that. You know, I don't, you know, as long as they're grown, as long as they're consenting adults, it's none of our business. I'm not going to sit around and worry about somebody else's life anyway. But I just start the conversation. I'm saying, did I make a mistake? I think I did. So I won't do it again. And so I put it out there because a lot of you guys are coming over here. You're going to do the same thing. We don't think it all the way through. You don't even think about that. So I bring it up so you can think about it. You know, so what? She's at that janitress job. She's been doing it for how many years now? It gives us a meaning. And you're talking about, oh, I'm not going to take care of the family. Yes, you are now because all her money is going to the family. So yeah, you're going to take care of the family because you're going to replace that money that you told her because you told her to quit her job or you let her do it. Yeah, it is a good topic. But we don't want to talk about stuff like this. We just want to talk about the booty. We just want to talk about sex. And that's why we end up getting in trouble because the women over here know that too. Don't y'all realize I already told y'all the reputation we have as foreigners, that all we want is sex, okay? We're playing right into their hands over here. Show some type of discipline, man. You know, even if that's all you want, don't show it. Turn the damn thirst meter down. Learn some more stuff that's going to really help you when you get boots on the ground. I can get on the dating sites right to this day and get a yummy tenderoni. That's the least of my worries, and it should be the least of yours. It's a lot of other shit we should be thinking about, man. Hey, what's up, Angelo? He says, well, I haven't been out anywhere yet, but karaoke here is in my style. I like it at home in Canada. So tell us, man, what's going on, Angelo? You know, give us a little glimpse of the time you're having over here, man. Don't keep that to yourself. That could help a lot of us. Is it going okay? Is it what you thought it was? Is it bad? You know, did the woman work out? Come on, man. Help us. Give us some of that good nuggets. Retired 2019 says, it's always been, what do you say? Love and business for me. Sex is important, but not everything. Well, sex is natural. Okay, sex is natural. So it's like breathing. If you're able to do it, you're going to want it if you're a man. If your testosterone is where it's supposed to be and you got your, and everything's working the way it's supposed to work, you're going to want it. But we're not even talking about sex. We're talking about women. We're putting them number one, which self-preservation is number one. Get your life together over here or wherever you go in Brazil or DR. Then you worry about the woman. Make sure you're okay because she's going to be okay here. She's been okay before she met you. You're just going to enhance what she's already got, but she's at home, okay? She don't have a problem sleeping in the squatters area in the province. She's going to have some place to stay and eat because her family's going to take her in. You, on the other hand, is not. If you come over here and mess up, guess what? You're going to be walking around with a big sign on your neck or going to the embassy or whatever it is. So self-preservation is what's going on, guys. He says, are we talking about wives or just girlfriends? Well, they got to start out as girlfriends. You know, you're not going to marry her as soon as you get over here. I mean, come on, Henry. I'm saying when you get over here, she's just going to be your girlfriend. Now, if you marry her 2 weeks later, that's not going to change anything. She's still your girlfriend. She just got the title of a wife. The paperwork's there because you don't know her. It doesn't matter. If you're retired, it's time to relax. It's time to smell the roses. We've raised our children already, most of us. So when you come over here and you tell the woman, hey, you don't have to work, you're going to be raising another child. Even when you take them to your home country, it's like raising another child. She's going to be 100% dependent on you. You got to show her everything, show her everywhere to go. She doesn't know anything. You got to teach her how to walk. So it doesn't matter if it's your wife or your girlfriend. Because girlfriends over here act like your wife. The only difference is the piece of paper. It's not going to change your thinking. Well, maybe it will. Oh, now I'm obligated to take care of her. But you're not obligated to retire her, Henry. Because you're not going to do her any good. You can pay the bills. You can be the man of the house. Doesn't mean she doesn't have to work. What's that? Is that the list? What? What are you doing? Okay. I thought you already bought the medicine. Why didn't you get it all yesterday? Ozzy 411 says, hey, Cal, you're right. That the way when she is at work, I have my side chicks to entertain me. Well, I don't know about that. Edward Lawler says, let her keep her job. Help her invest in the Philippines Social Security program. Add her on your life insurance. Teach her about money habits. Invest in what works over in the Philippines. See, this is great. This is a great point. But we robbed them of all of this, Edward, with this rescue mentality. So what? She's your wife. She just got started in the world. And you're just going to put that on hold for your selfish needs. She's still going to be there for you. But this is perfect right here. Teach her something. Let her learn something. I mean, Bacala Will, in his comment, he said, send her to school to learn a trade or something. But don't just let her just sit around and ride away, because that's what we do. Yeah, what's the 411? Well, it's the same thing, man. Just let her keep her job. Let her work part-time. We're taking them out of the workforce. We're saying you're nothing now. Don't you know people talk over here? She's nothing. Everything she got, the foreigner gave it to her. You look, guys, unless they're ornery, which there's some ornery ones over here. I'm talking about that on my latest video. Some people are like, I don't give a damn. I don't want to work. I'm glad you don't want me to work. Take care of me. I'm going to do little as I can and get as much as I can out of you. Okay? You got to really understand what's going on over here, man. You got to get to know these women before you start making all these damn commitments and stuff. Big Dog said there are many OFWs robbed of youth and motherhood. Is that fair? It's life. Age gap, no different. Yeah, it's no different. But I don't believe we're robbing them of their best years. I don't think that. I mean, women and men, once you become grown, you're grown, guys. You're only going to get older. Men and women are at the same age anyway, biologically. I mean, come on, y'all know that. Women mature a whole lot faster than us. Why you think a lot of these relationships don't work when they're the same age? If you get 50 and you look over and you see a 50-year-old woman next to you, man, something it's going to click in your mind that she's too old. And if it doesn't, you're lying. That's why you're on this live stream. You don't want an old woman, you want a young woman. But there is a balance. You can find a balance. Send her back to school, help her start a business, teach her how to run the business so it'll be successful. Merlin's going to get her fitness trainer certification. I'm gonna pay for it. It's about 25 or 30,000 pesos. So what, man? I want her to have something to hang her head on besides somebody's dick when I leave. Because that's good money over here now. It's really become a popular thing. We were with a couple the other day and she said, wow, talking about how sexy Merlin was. Can you help me? And I told Merlin, that's just the universe telling you to go ahead and do that. I think the classes are next month. That's money well spent. Because Merlin has her own life. Golden Gate said, Calvin, send Angelo a link. We'll have him on here Tuesday if he wants to come on here. Because I've only got my phone. I can't, maneuver. But yeah, I'll bring him on here. He said, Calvin, the woman is here making me breakfast. I haven't been out much yet, but so far I don't desire to go back home. It's going okay. Still getting adjusted and familiar with the area. Yeah. See, it makes all the difference in the world when you got a woman there. It doesn't mean you got to marry her. It doesn't mean that. Don't get stuck up here. But it feels a whole lot better when you got that liaison with you there that can kind of make things make better sense than what they're going to make to you. Yeah, I know what you're going through, man. I've been there and done that. Robert Dame says it's a battle royale because maybe someone else will give her that free time she's looking for, or maybe that free time she's looking for. A woman always has someone waiting in the wing. Well, you're right, but that's over there. Over here, they know a great opportunity when they see one, Robert. If they meet you and they say, hey, this guy's got a nice pension, he's a good guy, he doesn't mistreat me, I can come and go as I want to go. Why would she want to? They literally live by a bird in the hand, beats two in the bush over here. Okay, once you get over here, there is no, I'm going to try this other guy. No, first come, first serve over here, Robert. Okay, but you can still give her that good life without sabotaging her life. You're going to sabotage her life. Imagine, okay, you're dealing with an 18, 20, 22-year-old woman, and you take her completely out of the workforce. You're together 10 years, you break up or whatever. Now what? She knows nothing. All you taught her to do is give good blowjobs. Okay, that's only going to work in the bar. Okay, come on, guys. We're thinking too selfishly. Women over here, they're not stupid. Hey, Jay Shabazz says, can you do a video on how I can send stuff to the Philippines ahead of me so I can have some stuff that I can't get there? Clothes, for example, cologne, thanks in advance. Yeah, I don't even have to do a video about that. I can tell you how to do that now. They ain't going to take but 5 minutes, Jay. Wherever you live, there's going to be a somewhere close to you, Jay. There's going to be somebody that ships ballot buying boxes over here. Now, you can't box the stuff up yourself. They're going to give you a box. And the whole point is, for that one price, you can fill up that box all the way to the top. There's no weight limits or anything like that. There is some things you can't ship, same as the post office. But that's what you do. You just Google ballot buying box shipper near me. It's going to come up. You call them, say, hey, how often do you pick up ballot buying boxes in my area? They're going to say, okay, we'll bring you a box back there, or 2 boxes. You fill them up, then you call them, hey, they're ready. They're going to come and get them. You're going to pay them the money. and then they're gonna ship them over here to you. You, I got a friend over here. He gets 2 or 3. His son sends him 2 or 3 every month, but one time he sent him 9 boxes. So yeah, it's not hard to do. It's real simple. Balik Buy-in Box Shipper. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me see what this is. Okay, wait. Hey, Elwood, thank you for that super sticker. I appreciate that. Okay, Jabras, what's Jabras saying? He says, if you're with a woman 10 years and you don't teach her something useful or she doesn't take some initiative, that speaks poorly of both of you. It does. But you've been over here before. You know that these women are cooperative. They're going to go along with whatever you doing. Okay. I brought up the subject because I did it. And I see other guys doing it. Most of the people I see, their woman does not work. And I'm thinking, have we ever thought about the damage we're doing to these young women by just retiring them? We're retiring them with no skills, nothing, no education basically than what they already have. And she's not going to fight back with you. Sure, she's going to want to take off and travel all over the Philippines. But at some point, if she's any kind of woman, she's going to get tired of that. She's going to want her own job. So she'll start asking you for business. So send her to business school or something. But yeah, you're right. But they're cooperative. They're going to go along with you. I mean, nobody really wants to work. Nobody. That's human nature. We want something for nothing. We want to ease this out the way. But I think we're really robbing them of something more than the age gap relationship. I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that at all. Because it's not like she's wasting her years. What do you mean wasting them? She's going to be doing the same thing with me as she's going to be doing with somebody her own age. Actually, I can help her more than some 22-year-old jackleg out there that's doing nothing, may have 2 or 3 baby mamas or whatever it is. I can help her more. I can help her to get further in her life because she's going to be a lot older than him anyway. Hey, Southern Purchase, thanks for that super chat. He says, is it easy or hard for them to adjust to not working? I agree with your video. The 24/7 in your face is a good idea, but most can't handle it. Yeah, it's more, can we handle it? But yeah, that's what I was just saying, Southern Purchase. After a while, okay, if a woman's had a job for 4 or 5 years before she met you, like Marilyn did, okay, and then all of a sudden, you say, well, I'm retiring you. You don't have to work. I'm going to take care of us. She starts getting antsy. So Marilyn turned to the gym. Some women don't do nothing. They start eating or having babies or everything like that. Or, they make you their life. So yeah, that's a good question. Can you handle that 24/7? She's looking in your face. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. If you do, you got to bring her with you. But we don't think it all the way through. We just run over here because we want a woman for our own personal reasons. Jim Catlett says, hey, Cal, I've been in Moncton, Newtown for 1 month. I love the Philippines. I want to hook up some of the brothers here in the PH. Yeah, all you have to do is go. I would go to every Sunday, every first Sunday of every month. They have like a meet and greet in Lapu-Lapu. I don't know if 53 Shades Darker is familiar with that, but send me an email. Somebody give him my email. Put my email up there, Jacob Tanjay or Michael Beach of Life. Send me an email, and I'll send you the link because they always send me an invitation. But I can't run all the way down to Moncton every first Sunday. Hey, thanks, Chris Sykes, for that super sticker. What's up, Elette? Now, Elette sent me some pictures. This guy's got a damn, I don't know, y'all losing your mind over in America. A friend of hers got a damn kangaroo as a pet.
Daddy.
Hey.
Where is Daddy?
Okay.
Daddy, where are you?
Yeah, here I am. Get out of here. This guy's got a damn kangaroo, like a little bit kangaroo. I think it's called a wallaby or something. I'm like, that thing would scare me to death. If I got up in the middle of the night and it was standing in the middle of the floor. Passport X said most seem to want to open up a store, but they need to get taught how to run a business. Yeah. I mean, those sorry stores, it's all about location. Anyway. And what the people are buying. See, they don't do the inventory. That's why you'll go to a sorry store and you'll see stuff with dust all over it. No one's buying because they're not doing inventory. They just want a store with a full inventory, but it's the wrong stuff. I'm going to have cigarettes. I'm going to have beer, Coke. I'm going to have water. I'm going to have diapers, pads, soy sauce, sugar, coffee, shampoo, conditioner. Everything that I'm using in my house, I'm going to have in my sorry store. I'm not going to have all that other stuff, man, that they have. That's why it goes belly up, man. They're not doing inventory. They don't know what the people want. What's the science of getting rich? In a nutshell, it says, give people what they want. It says if somebody comes to your store and asks you, let's say, for instance, for a pair of sunglasses, and you don't sell sunglasses, you need to run out and get some sunglasses because they're coming back. Because the next time they come back and say, hey, where's the sunglasses? And you don't have them, they're never coming back. It's the same with these sorry stores. I'm going to only sell what people want or what they ask me for. But they don't do that. Hey, Jim, here's my email. Thank you, Jacob. Send me an email and I'll send you the link where you can correspond with them and find out when the next meeting is. But all you have to do, really, to be honest, go to TGI Friday in Ayala Mall. They're going to be there drinking and, at the bar. A lot of foreigners. Or they've got a social club on the third floor full of expats and foreigners in Ayala Mall. Yeah, Booby's crazy, man. Yeah, get out of here. You know Jeffrey. Frank Ellis says, I'll be straight up. I can't handle a woman being up all in my grill for 24 hours straight. A lot of people, they think that's what they want until it's there and you stepping over each other. And then it's like, if you miss her, if she goes away and comes back, you're going to miss her. But she's here looking in your face all the time. It's the petty arguments, man. I'm telling you from my own experience, man. It's just petty stuff that we bicker about. There's no drag out or anything. But it's enough to make me take out walking. Okay? Jim Jones said, Cal, what do you think about the current feud between President Bong Bong and President Duterte? I've read about it, but no, I don't have any thoughts about that. I stay out of politics. I don't know. I don't know why they're even doing that. But yeah, it's none of my business. Remember rule number one when you're over here. Shut the fuck up and mind your own business. When it comes to politics, I do not deal with that. Uncle Dave says, are you going to open up a store? Absolutely not. Because look at my location. I'm in the middle of a field somewhere. The only people across this, my neighbors are squatters. They don't have 1 peso to rub, 2 pesos to rub against each other. Who am I going to sell to? That's why this Italian restaurant around the corner from me gets no business right now. It's his location. Nope, I won't do it. Hey, Yardy, he said, can anybody recommend a good hotel in Cebu? Absolutely. The Bais Hotel, BAIS, the Quest, QUEST. Those are two just right off the top of my head. I'm talking about the good hotels. They're close to Ayala Mall and the business district, and they're not going to hurt your pockets. Because I was talking to John the other day. He's on his way over here. And he said, Calvin, it's my first time to the Philippines. I don't want to overdo it, but I don't want to be cheap either. So I gave him those two places. Because I think when you come over here, at least the first, when you land, you're going to need a nice place. Now, once you transition to an expat or whatever, then you can start doing the 2-star thing. But yeah, Bais, BAIS, Yardy, and Quest, QUEST. They're both great places, man, for a good price. I've stayed at both of them. But if you got the money, man, why not go to that? What is that? Michael Beach of Life. Is that Ramada Inn? I'm thinking that's Ramada Inn. Hey, JJ says, I gave my ex's mom 600 in the province to open up a sorry store. It lasted about 2 years until her kid went to school. She made an extra 100 and 150 a month profit, which is great. I mean, that's a lot of money if they can do that. That's the success story there. But it's really all about location. Now, there's a little sorry store around here. I wouldn't consider it little because some of them are going to be bigger than others. Some of them are going to be in between a sorry store and like a convenience store. They're going to be right in the middle there. And this lady's got a thriving business because it's right on the corner on the main eco highway. Everybody has to pass it. And it's next to, there's no other sorry store around it. It's next to, it's a restaurant across the street and then two motorcycle repair shops. So people always come in there. You know, she's got a great location. Now, how much is she earning? I don't know, because remember, we're coming from a dollar economy to a peso economy. Let her handle all of that. You stay away from it, because if you don't, I mean, you're going to help her make it successful, but you don't want to start worrying about with a profit because it's going to drive you crazy. Imagine he said 100 to 150 per month. So you're talking about 5,000, let's say 5,000 pesos, 30 days. What's that? 150 pesos a day. Okay, 150 pesos a Jabran says she will follow your lead, so you have to give her some responsibilities. I'd have her work for me, then 10 to 12 hours outside the house for a little money. Yeah, but what is she going to do for you? I mean, once you get over here, you're going to be retired. Okay? You know, when you're doing the long distance thing like you're doing, Jabras, you know, I certainly wouldn't retire a woman, especially when I'm still working. I'll be damned. But what happens is we retire and we come over here, or we have a digital nomad remote work here. We will retire the lady. we'll say, you don't have to work anymore without even understanding the culture at all. We just come over here and bring our Western culture with us, man. It can be a mistake. Okay, but let's let's talk a little bit more. I mean, y'all can talk whatever y'all want to talk about, but I just want to kind of talk a little bit about this subject I put today because it's really important. It's a real important one that most of us gloss over. We take this stuff for granted, man. I promise you we do. But this is the talk every American should have with his Filipino girlfriend or wife before you bring her home. They know very little about our culture. You're most likely the first foreigner, certainly the first American they've ever met. All they have, okay, is these dreams of grandeur that people around the world have about America, especially the people that come from places like the Philippines. Okay. Um, they've been drinking the Kool-Aid. A lot of us stopped drinking the Kool-Aid, but they're still drinking it. So they got these high standards for America and everything like that. And what you have to do, you kind of calm her down and give her a dose of reality about what she's going to see over there. Because guess what, y'all? When we come over here, they don't give us that talk. We got to learn this stuff on our own. We got to stumble all over ourselves, make mistakes, because they're never going to tell you the good. They're going to tell you the good, but not the bad or the ugly. They're not going to do it. Remember I was telling you their culture, their love for each other and their country. So they're never going to give you the 411. Like you better give your girlfriend. Okay. I was going to make the video the talk every black man should have with his Filipino wife or girlfriend before bringing her over there. But I just changed it to every American because that's a whole other story, guys. Okay. They have no idea what they're getting into. Hey, what time is it, Charles? Thanks for that super chat. He says, don't retire her, period. You're handicapping her. You're absolutely right. I'm in agreement with you. Okay. That's why I did the video. Did I make a mistake? I think I did. And that's why I'm trying to reverse my mistake. And Maryland wants to be a fitness trainer. Okay. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make you successful in the event I'm no longer around. But remember, I learned from my mistakes. That's why I built this house and I put it in her name. If push comes to shove, she can just sell the house. Guess what, guys? She'll never, in her, no matter what kind of job she has, okay, earn the kind of money or ever have it in her hands of what she's going to receive from this house, from the sale of this house. Okay. I guarantee you with both of these houses, we don't put watch when I upload this video because we're not done yet. This dirty kitchen we've extended, we put on the back of this house. It's really nice. He's starting with the tile tomorrow. But we've got two houses, 230 square meter lot. Everything's finished already. She can get at least 2.5 to 3 million out of that. She would never, ever earn that. I don't care what kind of job she's got. Hey, Truth, thank you for your support, man, and welcome to the Sunshine Shoulders community. I really mean that. I already uploaded a video today to my members only, but it's going to premiere to my regular members, my regular subscribers in the morning. So that's one of the benefits of being a member. You get a preview of the videos before they get out. We have a members on every Wednesday. We have a members only live stream. Truth. It's a whole lot smaller than this. It's not going to be 300 people on there. I'll be able to answer everybody's questions and everything. You get access to me. You get once every month, you get a free consultation. Which, hell, these live streams are consultations, really. But thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I didn't see I love the chime. Yeah, there's no milk and honey. The streets are not paved with gold. But let's get into this, okay, for a little while. Um, because most of the women, the reason it's important, because most of the women that we meet over here, they've never left their city or the province. So then you're bringing them over to America, which they don't have a clue. They're only watching it from, a distance. They're only seeing the sugary side of it, the milk and honey, right? But in my opinion, it's just my opinion because I've been through it. I was smart enough, even though it may go in one ear and come out the other, at least you can say you had the talk. In my opinion, we need to have that face-to-face, in-depth conversation. But most of us gloss over it because most of us, we just want to bring the woman over there for a better life so she can get a job or whatever it is, right? Raise her standard of living. We tell them nothing at all about what's going on in America. Okay, what to expect. Okay, what's waiting on them when they get over there. Let's talk about, and before I get to this list of stuff I wrote down here, many of them can't cope, guys, and they end up coming back home. Yeah, I know several women that came over there. One woman never even got married. Within, her husband was acting so strange. Okay, he was a preacher, and he wouldn't make love to the girl. He said, "Wait till we get married." She's like, "Shit, I want it now." They couldn't even sleep in the same bed together, and all that crazy stuff. Within 30 days, she got back on that plane and came back. Frank Ellis says, "I heard the Philippine government has a digital nomad visa in the works." Yeah, but we'll have to wait until that happens, man. That's why I don't talk about stuff like that until it happens. This is the Philippines, man. You talking about red tape and bureaucracy and all that, which is none of my business. But we'll talk about it when it actually happens, Frank. But the division, we need to talk to these women about the division that's waiting for them when they get to America. Race, okay, number one. Religion, politics, sports. It's like nothing she's ever experienced over here, especially the racial thing. The race over there will shock them. It will scare them. They don't have to put up with that. They never dealt with that over there. And imagine, remember now, it wasn't long ago, was it? Last year or 2022, when they're killing Asians, they were went on an Asian killing spree in America. Now imagine you bring that woman over there or that man, and you don't tell them about that. And they get over there and that type of stuff is happening. We don't get the talk, guys. We should get it too, but we don't get it. We have to get it from each other. Filipinos, when I've never gotten the talk. I've never gotten it. That's why I'm still learning about the Philippines. I don't know what the next day is going to bring, because they're never going to sit you down and give you the ABCs about this country. They will not do it. But it's your responsibility to do it if you're going to bring her over there. I'm just talking about America because I've never lived in England or France or any of those places. The division is the first thing you need to talk about. Because I'll tell you, when my wife started at GE, just how aggressive the men are over there. I mean, when I first took my wife over there, she hadn't got the good job at General Electric yet. She was working temporary. I had to show up on the job, man. She was afraid to go to work. These guys will be all up in her face. I've already told her though. I said, it's not like over here where you'll be walking with the Filipino over here, right? And the man might go like this or something when you're not looking, or he'll go pss, pss, or something like that. That's about as aggressive as they're going to get. You know how we are in America. yeah. It's. I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Please, talk to this woman. Talk to her. You know, especially if you're a black man. Don't bring that woman over there in America without giving her the talk. You know about the history of black folks in America, and even how we were treated then, all the way up to now. Just give her the facts so she'll know, especially when you start having children. Talk to her about the bullying that goes on over there. Card says Filipino family got harassed in California, and Filipinos had to rally to get the law to even take action. Yeah, see, we need to warn them that you're no longer in Kansas, Dorothy, but we won't do it because we're going to take them over there and build America up, which I'm proud of America. But if I'm bringing somebody from the Philippines, especially from a simple culture like this, there's no bells and whistles and anything that this woman has ever had in her life, and then I'm gonna bring her to the bell and whistle capital of the world. I'm gonna prepare her. I gave my wife a good lesson, and some of it she kept, some of it she didn't. See, they don't understand the race over there, man, and how ignorant it is and how backward it is, because they don't have to deal with it over here. So they'll come into it with a "I don't believe it" attitude until they actually see it. Don Ridgway says, I heard the U.S. Embassy is going to make a stop in Dumaguete. I believe it's a one-day event. Yeah, it's the consulate and the embassy, and they go all around to the Philippines. They were in Angeles City when we were in Angeles City. There, the consulate is in Cebu, the embassy's in Manila, but they go all over to try to reach foreigners, so you don't have to go to them, because they know that it's an inconvenience for some people. So yeah, it's really a great service that they're doing. But yeah, the division, because they don't argue politics over here. They'll vote and that's it, until 6 years later or whatever it is. They don't sit around, man. The hate that politics brings and the division, it splits families. It splits friends, man. Bring up Trump. Bring up Obama. Bring up Biden. Man, people be arguing, man. I'm talking about they be ready to fight. And they're not used to that. They've never seen that before. The sports, we're fanatics over that. Well, she may end up marrying a guy, look at the guys from the Kansas City Chiefs. And she's coming in there. You're spending all this money on these uniforms and stuff. They don't understand it. Paying all that money to go to these games, man, it's a culture shock. You got to prepare your woman, man, because they certainly don't prepare us, okay? They think that they take for granted that we know what's going on over here. Hell, we need more help than they do, but you'll never get to talk. You never get to talk. She'll never tell you, look, don't go over here. They're doing this over there. Don't associate with them, and don't bring this up. And this is how we are as Filipinos. You're never going to hear that. But you have to do that, guys. Religion, where they're stopping you on the street. People preaching on the corner. My wife used to be shocked by that. The guy that had one or two drinks. Now he's out there on the side with the speaker and the big ass microphone, and he's screaming at the top of his lungs about Jesus is coming back. Frank Ellis says some of these immigrants that come here think they won't be harassed because they ain't black. I got news for them. Yeah, tell them about the civil rights movement. Let them know there was a sacrifice of black people that allowed these immigrants to even be invited to America now. They don't know that. They'll start looking at black people in a different light. Look that stuff up, man. It was part of the civil rights law, okay, that Asians benefited, that they were able to become citizens, man. But history don't matter to y'all. It only matters to the people it matters to. It matters to me. We didn't just wake up one day and everything is the way it is now. You know, a lot of my friends, man, who happen to be white, they get upset when you start talking about race. They'll say, well, I wasn't living back then. Well, neither was I. Neither was I living back then, but I'm still treated a certain way. Okay? But let's just talk about reality. But yeah, division, guys, and hate, man. Y'all need to talk to these women, because if not, it's going to have a lot, it's going to weigh on your relationship. The next pass. That's what I was talking about, Jacob Tanjay. They're looking to take your woman from you. If you don't teach her about them, they're at work, they're at the grocery store, okay? They're going to tell her, hey, what are you doing with that old man? You could do better. He might have the slick car, and, you know, and all that, because they don't know what's going on. He's probably got a nice car and living with his mother, but they can't see through that. You got to warn her about the next path. He loves Filipino women or Asian women, but he probably don't even have a passport. He's on those dating sites, but he'll never come over here. He'll never make that 20-hour flight. He can't get off work, or he may not even be working. He may be a drug dealer or something, you know, but he's never going to come over here and meet the family and buy the souvenirs and do all the shit we got to do. But he's hoping that your relationship fails so that he can have a Filipino woman, because they want him when you get over there. You got to tell her about that, because I would rather her know and not experience any of this stuff than don't tell her and then something happen. And you'd be like, you didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me they were beating up Asian women and men, you know, for nothing. Yeah, it's irrational, but we do it. I love LaChina. I'm talking about we do it with a vengeance. We do everything with a vengeance over there. In America, we're extremists. We're extremists, man. People fight over sports. Okay? They fight over sports, man. And Beef says, hi, Cal, my lady was making breakfast, and she said she doesn't understand a word you're saying, even though she speaks English. I think it's funny. But it's true. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys who come over here and think, oh, Filipinos, they speak English. They don't understand our slang English. They speak a proper English, and they really can't understand us. We're talking so fast. Okay? If you slow it down and you're looking in each other's eyes, they're going to pick it up. But it's the same way when people say, oh, I'm going to go over there, I'm going to learn Tagalog or Bisaya. Okay, good luck. When they really start speaking it, they speaking it fluently, you're not going to pick up that stuff, you know. But yeah, we need to talk to them. We need to have that talk. Okay? Cisco International says, it ain't perfect, but it's still the best place in the world to make a living. Well, yeah, but that's done by that's done on purpose, Cisco. Okay? But you're exactly right about that. But what does that have to do with you giving your wife the talk? You can take over there if you want without giving her the talk. I mean, I don't care. But it's going to weigh on your relationship, especially if you're a black man. And, you know, you go somewhere and you have children, and now your children getting called names and being mistreated and all the other stuff that goes on over there. Just for the color of your skin. They don't do that over here. Is there colorism over here? Yeah, if you're going to try to break into the movie industry or modeling or the beauty pageants and all that, but not to that extreme, but to your point about America, I wouldn't say it's the best place, but it's certainly the easiest place in the world to earn a living and raise your family. Okay, because they lowered the bar so low. Okay, it's low over there. Yeah, street preachers. Yes, classic. It's a lot of stuff she's never seen, but we take for granted that she's going to be okay. It's going to be like having a little child. It's going to be like raising another child when you take your girlfriend or wife over there. But if you don't do it, hey, if you don't do it, it's on you. I'm telling you from experience, I did it. And some of the stuff she listened to, some of it she did. Okay. Kamal says, I can't understand how any brother wouldn't educate his lady back home when racism built this country. Well, they'll try to do it. They'll, because they think, oh, it's a post-racial society. Barack Obama changed everything. Barack Obama made shit worse, in my opinion. When they turn on the TV and see all these crazy people with these torch lights walking down the street in Virginia, it's going to scare them to death if you don't tell them, hey, they're not going to bother you. But, in America, we have, the right to assembly and, free speech and all this stuff, right? You got to educate her. Sam W. says, I'd educated a woman fresh from Russia here in the U.S. about the reality of mixed children and how they be treated. Even deeper, the fact that many blacks don't know their last name truly. Yeah, see, this is stuff that you have to educate your woman about, the history of America and everything, because all they're seeing is the bright lights. And really, all they really want to come over there for is a job and a higher standard of living. They're not worried about everything in between that made all that possible. That's your job to do that. Because when they get in the store and they're speaking Tagalog and you got some woman from Appalachia or even some of these old ghetto queens, from the ghetto, they'll say, hey, speak English, you're in America now and all that. Reality is going to set in real quick. And she's going to be like, you didn't tell me that. Yeah, America's got a toxic culture, man. And I don't care what nobody says. Well, we don't know that whole story, Frank. We don't know this whole story. You ought to know about, King Arthur. We don't know that whole story. See, y'all ought to know by now, you got to educate them about the media, because the media riles this stuff up. Yeah, Thomas Marshall says, I tell my lady all about the history of America. Yeah, just have a candid conversation with her, just to let her know, hey, what's really going on over here. It's not all peaches and cream. It can be, but here's some things you need to watch out for over here that you're not even privy to in your country, never even occurs to you over in your country. The gang culture and all of that. You can't go in certain areas. These people, man, y'all think it's a joke what's going on in these urban cities in America, man. It's sad. We don't have a solution for it. We're just letting these young men kill each other for nothing. It's not just black people. You got the Latin kings. You got all this crazy stuff. And you're like, well, hell, your mammy's still living in the projects. Y'all still poor, but you dying for a set. Whatever it is you're dying for, a block or something stupid. They're killing, man, like it's going out of style over there, man, for nothing. And you need to tell your woman about that. These guys are getting notorious. You don't speak on his name. There's a guy, a rapper, what do they call him? Because everybody's a rapper now. Okay? They're doing this on purpose to make the rappers and everybody, they want to paint everybody as a rapper. Anytime a young black man is killed over, he's a rapper. I'm like, well, damn, I've never heard of him. I don't care what level of entertainer you are, they're gonna put that first. You get killed over there. He's a rapper. But this guy's from Chicago. His name is King Von, they call him. He's like a damn, he's like Jesus. You can't, if you, I mean, he's dead. He's killed, they call it, he was a serial killer, right? And killed a lot of young black men. Okay. Now he's killed, but you can't even, if you're in Chicago and you even say anything bad about him around the people he's used, that revere him, then they'll kill you for that. Crazy. Jacob Thompson said, true store. There was a law in Cali. It forbid Asian men from dealing with white women. Yeah, I mean, black men from dealing with white women from dealing with black men. You're talking about the United States, but we want to act like this stuff never existed. So we say, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I didn't live back then. I didn't either. But I'm still having to suffer from that shit that happened back then. I didn't live back in the slavery days either. He said the Civil Rights Act did more for white women than any other minority. Facts, look it up. Well, it helped a lot of people, for sure. But certainly opened the gates for a lot of the Filipino families who live over there now. It opened up the gates so that they could move there. They could immigrate to America or migrate to America. But they don't even know that. They think, oh, some benevolent politician did that. People died so that they could live over there. Look that up, man. Yeah, I can talk about right now, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? People get upset when you talk about facts, when you talk about real life history. They feel guilty, like, well, don't blame me. Well, don't blame me either. I get blamed more than you. I wasn't living back in them days either. But I sure want to tell my wife, because I told her some of the stuff she listened to, some of it didn't. Because now she's, cohabitating with a white man with my son in there. That's why I got to go home, guys. I got to make sure that situation is really what it is. Otherwise, I got to take my son out of that house. I'm not saying that all white people treat people like that. But I told her a long time ago, you got to be careful when it comes to that. Especially, I know where he's from. Trust me. They do not like black people where that man is from. My daughter already told me, said, Daddy, you need to come on and check on Gabe. He does not like that man. See, and I said, look, don't tell me nothing else because you'll have me in jail. Okay, I already told her, to be careful. And that's why I'm telling you to have a conversation with your woman before you take over that. Yeah, damn right the next pet is real. Who said he's not? It's an expat with my wife. Not that I care, but I used to go to barbecues 2 or 3 times a month. And half the men who were there with the Filipinos have never even been to the Philippines before. They're expats. They're asking. How do you know how dangerous it is over there? You've never been over there. Then they're stopping the woman from going to see her family. So yeah, you need to talk about that. Nathaniel Drug Free said, Calvin, the story needs to be told. If you don't talk about it, you're condemned to repeat it. And it's not just racism, guys. We're talking about politics, religion, sports. We're talking about that divisive environment that you're going to take this woman into over there. When people over here, look, this is as close to a monolithic society as you ever going to see over here. This is as close to a monolithic society you ever going to see. That's why everywhere you go, it looks the same. Sometimes that can be good, but everywhere you go, it looks the same. The people treat you the same. That's why I was telling, Geechee Land, among other people, you don't need 30 days in the vow to tell if you want to stay there or not. Do 1 week. Then when you go to Dumageddon, after that week, you'll be like, damn, this looks just like the vow. Cebu looks just like the vow. And General Santos, they all look the same. They think the same. Okay, trust me on this one. But now you're going to take her out of a monolithic society and bring her over there, where it's all about being an individual. How many churches is over there? Yeah, they're over here too, but not the way they are over there. They don't bother you over here like they do over there. Every Saturday, I can expect about 11 o'clock, I'm going to expect that knock on my door from the Jehovah's Witness. Even though I told them, don't come over here anymore. They're coming. What can you do? Put a restraining order on the damn Jehovah's Witness? Casman Flower says, has your idea of relationships changed as you age? They have. I think if a man's going to get married, I think he ought to wait until he's older. And even though they're going to say, oh, don't get married, period. You've done all your running around. You've gotten that out of you. And then remember, she's not going to have access to things you've already accumulated. It's usually from the point of when y'all get married and then what you accumulate going forward. Okay, you're in a better position. You're wiser. You know what a good woman is. That's about the only thing about relationships that change, because they are what they are. I'm a man. We was talking about this earlier, Kesman. You're going to want sex as long as your faculties are still working, as long as your testosterone level is at a certain level. You're still going to want that. But as far as marriage, that's a whole other story. I think you ought to wait till you get older. And then you need to marry a younger woman. That's just, the way I look at it. Cheetah Child said, Cal, my wife watches the U.S. news on a regular basis. She sees the Asian hate, the political bonfire, and the murder rate. She instantly declined. I'm glad, because I'm leaving here. And, remember, guys, we're not putting down America. We're just telling you the reality. That's what you need to tell her. Don't sugarcoat it. Okay, don't sugarcoat it. You can't give her only the good side. There's opportunity there she's never even imagined before. People practically knock on your door to give you a job. Okay, you can get see some things she's going to learn real quick when she gets there. If you want to go back and look at my video, excuse me. Don't bring your Filipino wife or girlfriend home. They're going to learn real quick how easy it is to get their own car, apartment, bank account, credit cards, a job. Okay, then you're going to see what you got. Then you're going to see what you got because when you bring her home, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying the risk that you run. Okay, now the next pat, she becomes receptive to that bullshit. And she comes home now and she sees you for what you really are. Because they'll forget all the money, all the sacrifices, guys, that you've made to bring her over there. Okay? I'm just telling you. He said, you got to watch out for the Jody to give your wife a ride home from work. Yeah, you better be there to give her a ride. For a long time, you're going to have to hold her hand over there. It's like having another child. Yeah, it seems, they show you these videos. I'm telling you what's going on behind the scenes. Wandering Dot says, I can't see any good reason to take a woman from the Philippines, where you are the coveted prize, to the West, where she is the desirable commodity. Well, I'm just saying some people have to do it. I mean, even if you get married over here, at some point you're going to want to get her some type of visa so she can visit your home. You want to show her that. Even if that's all you're going to do, you need to warn her. I see where Derek Q Adventures is trying to get his girlfriend a tourist visa. A couple of more, Sam up in Cavites getting his life partner. You know, it's a bunch of them. Because at some point you say, hey, I want you to meet my family. I want to bring you over here without us living. And I'm sure he's giving her the 411. I'd rather do that than, and her not experience any of that stuff, then never tell her and she gets, you know, her bell rung over there. He says, I'm confused. Why after finding a woman in Asia would you take her to the U.S.? That's like jumping in a snake pit and expect not to get bitten. Well, I just said it. At some point, you may want to bring her home to meet your family, or just to show her where you're from. Okay, I mean, it's not out of the question. You just see me naming, I've got 3 friends over here right now who are doing that same thing. That, you know, they live over here, but they're taking their woman back to America to meet the family, just to take them to America. That's why. So we're saying, give her the talk. Especially if you're a black man. If you're watching this and you don't give that woman a talk about the foolishness that's going on over there, about black culture, by the way. I'm not talking about racism. I'm talking about the black culture, the good, the bad, and the ugly over there. Then shame on you. Because we act ignorant without any outside intervention. Okay? It's one of the reasons why I decided to move my wife into a diverse neighborhood. I wasn't going to move her into an all-black neighborhood. I wouldn't have moved her into an all-white one either. I wanted it to be diverse. And I was already living in a perfect neighborhood. Chocolate Man Mike, Philippines Experience, says the sweat, the blood, the tears of a black man and black woman who built the United States, while the others had tea parties and played politics. Well, you know, just tell your girl, give her the talk about America, man. Let her know that the good and the bad of it. Not just the good, because that's what we want to do. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. If they see that stuff over there, now the last time you seen something like that in the Philippines was 1986, the People's Power movement, where they just had it up to here, and but hell, I think Marcos was already gone anyway. They stormed the presidential palace, but that was 1986. Here it is. What was that? 2000. What is it? 21? I can't remember because I don't pay attention, but I think it was somewhere around there, 2020 or something. 2021, yeah. Kamal says, I live down the street from a Virginia Beach 7-Eleven and talk occasionally with the cashier about the Philippines. And if I ever brought a woman back home, I bet I would have to step to him. Yeah, it's just a lot of booby traps waiting over there that you just aren't gonna, she's not used to. She doesn't have to live with over here. That's all I'm saying. I'm not putting America down. We just need to give these women the talk. because if you don't, it's going to weigh on your relationship. Tell her about the other Filipinas over there that's been westernized, that are, going to give her some bad information if she accepts it. Okay, they're experts on America now all of a sudden, and American men and everything like that. See, those are the ones you need to tell her about because they're there. And they really are the ones who are they're going to do more damage than the next pet. Dual and May says, I'm glad and blessed to be an American, but I got to disconnect from that storm of stress that comes with it. Yeah, post-racial. But yeah, you need to tell them about that support group that's waiting over there. Because if you don't, you're going to pay a price. They're going to tell you, they're going to tell her that you're too old for her more than the next pet. They're the ones that's going to tell her you can do better than him. And they'll even try to introduce her because they got a powerful support group over there, man. A whole lot more powerful than ours over here. It makes ours look like training wheels. I mean, they really do help each other. You need a job? Okay, we're hiring. You need a place to stay? Yeah. You want to drive my car to you can find a car. They do all of that over there. You need, man, y'all know we don't do that. What's up, Tobias? Y'all know we don't even do that. That's right. This is what I'm saying. Telling the truth, it's not putting America down. But we need to tell these women the way the things work over there in the matrix. Because if you don't tell them, that support group's going to tell them, and they're going to give them a whole different story. And now she's going to be looking and listening to everything you say to see if you lying and to see if you done messed the story. Let her get it from you first. The minute you take them to the Catholic Mass, it's over. They're going to start, they'll come to your own house. Here's the crazy thing. This is how powerful their support group is, man. And it never occurred to me until later on when I was over here making videos, how powerful it is over there. Okay? They will speak their language at your kitchen table and you can't understand them. They're probably talking about you in your own damn house, man. They don't care. Yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure. Yeah, believe me, her Americanized counterparts will be in her ear telling her she deserves better. Absolutely. You're over here now, girl. They're gonna give her they're gonna give it to her, the Riot Act. You don't need him. We can show you how to get that 10-year green card, removal of conditions and everything. Here's what you gotta do. But we take everything for granted. We're whipped. They pussy whip us. So you ain't thinking about nothing else but her. You're not thinking everything all the way out. The little things that you should be thinking about, you bypass. You better give her a good lesson on your country, because if not, the support group will. Yeah, see, they didn't fool with me as much as they did some of the others. You know why? Because I had been coming back and forth to the Philippines for 5 years before I ever started going around this support group. But those guys who came over here on one trip and went back and brought the Philippines over there, they give them hell because, see, I look at them like, look, lady, don't forget where you from. I know where you came from. You can't fool You can fool everybody else. I know where you can humble. See, and I would say that every now and then whenever people got out of line, because I'm telling y'all guys something, man. We don't stand a chance. We don't stand a chance. We don't have the togetherness that they have. Henderson 6000 says, how about paying for her education and be a scholarship, so to speak? Yeah, that's a good thing to do. That's what the young guy said. He said, don't let them just sit around and ride away. He said, send them to school or something, teach them a trade, a skill or something. But, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. We never even think that one through, really, guys, whether or not to retire her or not. We just do it. We don't even good or the bad in it. It never even occurs to us. Taking a young woman at that age out of the workforce might be a bad thing. Y'all know y'all don't think like that. You never thought about it. That's why I have the conversation. I bring it up so you can start thinking about it. Is this the right thing to do? It's not the unspoken agreement. The unspoken agreement is always going to be there. It has nothing to do with that because you're still going to have to pay the bills and everything like that. The Beach of Life says we all need each other. That's why this community is so powerful. Yeah, that's why I have the meet and greets and everything and these live streams, guys. We got to share this information with each other. Remember, 10 batteries are more powerful than one battery. That's just facts. But we try to do it on our own. That's what we try to do it on our own. Most guys come over here, they don't even associate with anybody else. I don't want to be around any other expats. You know what that's saying? That translates into, I can do this on my own. I don't need y'all until I run into some problems. Then you're going to need us, okay? Or you're going to be walking around with a damn sign around your neck. There's no way we should allow a foreigner, I don't care who he is, what country he's from, to have to do that. I saw a guy, man, we're in Bahal, we're in Alona Beach. I'm either about to get a massage, no, I just gotten my massage. Ice candy. That's just like homemade Filipino popsicles. I said, well, how much are they? I think they were selling for 10 pesos each, which is expensive. They're usually they're just 3 pesos right around the corner. But I guess because they're in Bahal. Well, I'll be damned if she doesn't have a foreigner with her. And he knew me. He said, hey, Sunshine Shows, right? They said, no. He wasn't too enthusiastic to see me because he was embarrassed. He said, aren't you that guy, Sunshine Shows? I said, yeah. I said, Marilyn, take a picture of me. No, man, don't take a picture of me. Don't put me on there, right? He's embarrassed. He's walking along the beach selling ice candy for 10 pesos each. Okay. But he don't want to be bothered with foreigners. See? Six Stacks says, there's no amount of talking you can do to prevent a woman's mind from wandering. Women are naturally curious. That's not what we're saying. Well, that's not what we're saying. Listen to me again. Okay. Filipinos have been drinking the Kool-Aid longer than us. We no longer drink the Kool-Aid over there. You're probably the first and only foreigner that she really knows and that she's around 24 hours a day. Okay. She doesn't know anything about America. If you have any intentions of bringing her over there, you need to educate her about what's waiting over there. The race, religion, politics, sports, the hate, the toxic culture over there. That's what we're talking about. If a woman wants to run away, she's going to run away over here. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about. You got the wrong meaning out of that. You know, she's coming from a monolithic society, going over there to America, where everybody, um, it's every man for himself. They're not used to that. Okay, when I was down in Zamboanga, it was one, two, three. It was three generations, no, four sometimes when the grandma would come in one house. But it was, okay, me and my wife and son, one, two, three, four families living together. Now you're going to take her from that to what's waiting in America. And you're going to tell me there's not going to be a difference? It is going to be a difference. Yeah, he says, what's up? He says, pretty great, no complaints. Anyone trying to get away from foreigners is in the wrong place, though. Big expat scene here, yeah. In Thailand, yeah. 49 million every year. 49 million out of a population of 69 million. Wow. Okay. But, you know, Thailand is what it is. It offers people what they're looking for. It's, you know, one of the things is about that place, it's just too many tours for me. It doesn't seem like I'm at home. I mean, it doesn't seem like I'm abroad. It seems like I'm at home. I mean, that's, you know, I have nothing against Thailand, but I'm in the Philippines. Another one of my friends moved to Thailand. He's there now. He said, man, he moved from Cebu to Pattaya. And, you know, these are young guys, though. They're not 50 yet. For me, I mean, I'm just where I am. If I ever want to go over there, I can. I can just get on the plane and go over there. I don't think I can accomplish there what I was able to do here when I've already done it here. Yeah, TJ decided, hell, he's out of here. He's over there. Jesse certainly over here, man, because, you know, the big thing that you got, if we come together, guess what? Filipino what you too. So you got two coats of paint on your house instead of one. But there's only so much that they can do. They're trying to make it on their own. So when people like that guy, what do they call him? Did they call him Crazy John, Broke John? What do they call him down in Dumagetti? And those guys got basically lifted him up and threw him back to America. I mean, I was so impressed with the turnout. Okay, that's why I'm telling you that y'all can talk about, oh, I don't want to be around foreigners all you want until you see something like that happen. If that don't change your attitude, man, there's no telling how much money they raise for him. Okay, I'm just saying. It shows you that, you know, we really do need each other. Gary says, my girlfriend doesn't care about politics. Our race, our crime, cost of living is our biggest crime, and not hearing her own language every day. Yeah, but at least, you know, you need to tell her about it. We're not talking about whether she cares about it or not. and the food. You know, let her know you're not gonna be able to find that food over there. Not, you know, you're gonna be preparing Filipino food with American ingredients that don't come out right. We don't have all the vinegars and all the flavors and stuff that they're used to. You need to let her know that, because they're gonna be like, it's just like us. You know, we're so in a hurry to get out of the matrix that, you know, people tell you, look, man, this and that and this, you need to do this, do that. Okay, I hear it, going one ear and out the other. Then when you get it, it's like, damn, I can't get Frank's hot sauce here in St. Carlos City. I got to go all the way to Cebu to get it, and, you know, and everything like that. TJ says, in case Cal scrolls down here, I'm actually in Da Nang. That's right, you did go to Vietnam. Doesn't seem like that many Russians, but I'm basically become Moscow beach. Yeah, because of that war, they running. He said Thailand's visa is only good for 9 months. Once you turn 50, the retirement visa is not that bad, but I think it only lasts, yeah, like I said, for what, 15 months at a time or something. I mean, if anybody's interested, it's enough people over there that you can get out. I mean, there's nothing that you shouldn't be able to not, that should not be any question that you can't get answered about Thailand. I mean, really, I mean, there's a guy who follows my channel. His name is Derek Casanares. He has a humongous Facebook page. People are coming to Bangkok and Thailand every single day. And they got tips and the best places to eat, where to rent an apartment, where to buy an apartment. Hey, big dog, thanks for that super sticker. Yuka, New York City says, Paul, that's still dangerous. When she gets to the U.S., she doesn't need you anymore. That's one advantage to bringing your woman to America. You're going to know sooner than later what you've got. Because it's going to, you know, America's just so simple, so easy to get all that stuff under her belt and everything, the job, the car, the apartment. Pretty soon she's going to be like, what I need you for, if that was her intention, because there's a lot of their intention. You would be shocked that, you know, more women stay with their husband than not. Okay, don't get that twisted. But you would still be surprised at the amount of women who leave when they get there, man. They run off, or they wait just long enough until they can get on their feet and they leave. Because I'm telling you something. My next video, I'm not even going to tell you, but I'm just letting you know, guys, there's something different about our relationships over here. Some of us are still in denial. Some of us are still in denial about these relationships over here. That's why I try to wake you up, man. You don't be in. Yeah, in the beginning, it's all about finances for her. Okay, it's sort of like this, and this is all I say for my next video, because I've already made it. I've already uploaded it to my members only. You're gonna be thinking she only wants me for my money, and then she's gonna be thinking he only wants me for my body. That's it in the beginning. For some of us, we're fortunate enough to where it blossoms into something more than that. But here's the mistake, and I didn't put this in the video. I'm telling y'all this now. The mistake is we make the commitment too soon when it's still in that all you are is finances to her stage. That's the mistake you make, getting engaged, getting the visa, getting married, bringing her back to your country. That's the mistake you make. You do it too soon. You don't even give it time to move to something else. You're in denial. Woman don't, a 20-year-old woman in her right man does not want a 70-year-old man. I'm sorry, guys. But because love is such a broad term, the longer you stay together, eventually she's going to have some type of feelings for you. Just like I love Curly. But I'm not going to marry him. But she's going to have those same type of feelings. At least have that before you talk about doing all the stuff you're doing, spending all the money and building this and building that and getting a visa and taking a home. Let it move to the next stage. We won't do it. We're in too much of a hurry. We think, oh, she's going to be gone. Somebody else is going to get her. Like Robert Dame says, you don't have to worry about that. And if she does, and if they do, guess what? There's 9,999 more waiting in line. Okay? Just quit making these decisions so quick, man. TJ Johnson says, I lived in Davao on and off for the better part of 2 years. I can't live there. I have a younger homie, 25. He loves it. Likes that he can disconnect after living in LA. Won't find those facts on the video. Yeah. All it is. We can sit here and argue how much better Vietnam is than Thailand, and how much better Thailand is than the Philippines, and how much better the Philippines is than the United States, all we want. People like what they like. Those type of discussions really they're irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. Over here, with women, you be like, well, what is he doing? What's he doing with her? Does he know what's over here he can have? But he likes what he likes. Same with the women. You see the women, that's why I made the video. Average and below average men are flocking to the Philippines. Guys, all you got to do is look at me. Look at the videos. Look who's making these videos. Look around you. But these guys, they think they're special now. Okay? Because they've been able to come over here and find an outlet. And I'm just looking at them like, man, you need to be more humble, man, than what you are. So, this is like a special circumstances over here. But you'll see them. I was just watching a video this morning. It took her a while to find the right man or something, right? It's the one Filipino blogger. She's interviewing the Filipina and the foreigner. That foreigner looks like Don Knotts. I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying. But he's sitting up there. He's proud, That's all around. That's all that's over here. Justin Bieber's not over here, guys. But they like what they like. Golden Gate Chacal has the young Filipina that wants to be a software engineer. She's still going to school. Look, these women like her, they're so focused, man. They're not going to let anything get in the way until they get to that software engineer. Okay, she's not on a dating site. Now, anything can change. The people who are paying her tuition may die, stop paying it or whatever. Then her whole situation changes. But right now, she's still going to school. We only have access to a small segment of society over here, women. Those are the ones on the dating sites. All the rest of them, man, you'll be hell-bent trying to meet a woman on the street. If you meet a woman on the street, don't mean that you can't do it. Guess what? 99 times out of 100, she's going to have a profile on the dating site. You just met her on the street. You didn't meet on that dating site. Because, man, Everybody doesn't want an old man. They don't want a foreigner. They don't want the stigma that goes along with it. They don't want somebody from the outside. We've got a bad reputation over here, man. You know, and then some women are just afraid. You know, they're just afraid of us. Our reputation precedes us. You know, before we even get here, they already know, and they just don't want that. They would rather struggle. Look at the video that that the vlogger tried to use against me. This is the point I'm making when I said the Fantastic 4 inches. That the majority of Filipino women want a Filipino man regardless. It's the same with black women, same with white women, and any other woman. They want somebody in their culture, someone they can understand, someone who's been through the struggle with them. Okay? That's what they want. So the point of that video was no matter, okay, pun intended, she's going to choose him 100% of the time over you and everything you're supposed to have. Okay? Reason we're lost on that. Reason that gets lost on us. Hey, thanks. A great big. We're just having a discussion. You know, I bring up stuff like that just to keep us humble and be like, okay, there's nothing wrong with the women you're dealing with. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that every woman over here doesn't want you. Okay? Every woman not looking for you to save her. But the ones who are, they're okay. I mean, you know, you don't have anything to be ashamed about. But don't come over thinking that you can touch every woman and say, okay, yeah, come on out with me. More than likely, she's going to run. What's Gary says, I'm not so sure if a split not just as bad in the Philippines as, I don't know what you're saying. Yeah. See, this is where I am right here. And that's why I say people like what they like. No one ever really talks about how peaceful and quiet it is in the Philippines because that's not an allure. That's not appealing to a lot of people. But for me, it is. He says a peaceful, quiet life without silly division is great for retirement. See, this is what I like. And there's just so many places, man, where it's peaceful, it's quiet, people don't bother you. I don't have to argue about the upcoming election or, oh, you know, when Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs play, I don't have to listen to all those Kansas City Chief fans. I mean, it's like, dude, you don't play for them. Let it go. It's just a game. I don't have to listen to all of that. It's more division. But it's not appealing, but it is to me. To some people, they like all them fancy buildings and all them flashing lights in Thailand and all that. They like that. But for me, I want a real woman. I want a real woman. Most of the guys I know who are over in Thailand, most of them that I know of, now remember, I only know a small fraction, they're with bar girls or ex-bar girls. I don't want that. I don't care how good you look. I don't want a bar girl. I don't mind a woman, you know, struggling and coming from poverty, because I came from poverty. But I want you to be a real woman. That's what appeals to me. Now, if I was to ever, I'd be like Jim Jones. If I was to ever move to Thailand, yeah, I'd take Marilyn with me. I wouldn't be going over there looking, because everybody that went over there, they told me the same thing. They said these freelancers, these bar girls, it's hard to meet a real woman. So, you know, we like what we like, guys. He says, when you bring her to the States, you're setting yourself up for failure. Not really. Not really, guys. I'm gonna tell you why most women stay with the man. There's a lot of them that run off, but most of them do. But because most of us, like me, when I bought my wife over there, okay, I wasn't able to retire. Okay, and we had gotten to the point we was together. Okay, we met in 2010. I brought her and my son over 2014. So we was together for a year. So, it was just to the point where we're tired of the back and forth. Come on over here. I got a 4-year plan. And then we're going back to the Philippines. Well, by that time, she fell in love with America. And that's all it was, man. I said 1,000 times again. Me and my wife, we got along well. We had a perfect relationship. But she didn't really understand the condition, the mental condition I was in. I was not going back to America anytime soon when she turned around and went back. Imagine she went back when we were here 6 months. I've been here going on 6 years. I could not convince her, look, I'm not going back. I'm not ready. So she went back. I already knew what was going to happen because I know me. She could have waited over there. Okay? But no, I didn't sign up for that. She's a good woman. I wouldn't have married her. We was together for 10 years. You don't stay with somebody for 10 years if they're not a good woman. A great cook, great love, mother. She just wanted to be over there. And it wasn't going to work out. I stepped out. Okay, I stepped out. And she found out about it. But it was only because I wasn't going to wait for you for a whole year. She ended up coming back after 10 months later. Really? My God, crazy. No way. I was going to do that. K. Dallas says it's not hard to meet a real woman in Thailand. Just when you're desperate, you'll take anything. Yeah, I'm just saying that all the men that I know, and I don't know a lot, K. Dallas, they don't have regular women. It's like, and the ones that do, they're with a Filipina, and they just took her to Thailand with them. Because at some point, guys, the language barrier is going to come into play. I mean, I'm not trying to talk into a damn iPhone translator all damn day long. What kind of conversations you gonna have? Yeah. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want them. I don't care how good they look. Every relationship. I don't want that type of transactional relationship. Giving that guy. But you like what you like, and you can live your life any way you want to live it. Okay. Because there's always going to be somebody who doesn't agree with what you're doing. The prodigy, when men give money, he thinks he can provide for a woman and her family. When a woman has money or gets to a matriarchal society like the West, she says, I don't need a man. I'm equal to a man. And eventually, you're going to find out. See, but it takes years and years and years to change a true Filipina into something like that. They learn a little bit at a time, but it takes years and years and years. Okay. But the good thing about taking her home, guys, is because you're going to know sooner rather than later what type of woman you got. If you got a woman over here, okay, that you're going to retire, you're not going to let her work. She's never going to have anything. She's going to depend 100. If she has bad intentions, she's just going to sit back and let you take care of her. You're never going to know what you got. That's all I'm saying. At least in America, you're going to find out one way or the other. The guy I told you about, He found out immediately. He found out in 1 week. It probably hurt his heart and everything, disappointed him, I'm sure. All that time, effort, expense, bringing the woman over there. She ran off in 1 week. But I would rather her do that. Here for years. Okay. Now he's happy. He's already been back to the Philippines. Because eventually a broken heart's going to heal, man. Okay. Eventually. It's going to heal. Michael Beach of Life says, Kevin Jennings, 83 degrees, beautiful blue sky, clean air here in Bahal. Same thing here in St. Carlos City. We've got our air back on again. That cool weather's gone. It was hot as hell yesterday. I did my walk today, and it was hot too. You can't sit in here with the air off. I mean, it won't take long. And all these hollow blocks and stuff, cement, it'll suffocate your ass quick. But yeah, people like what they like, guys. But this is what we were just talking about, Project. He said, what risk is it to begin with? Okay, he says, just keep her in her foreign country, fellas, and enjoy a simple, peaceful life. But if you got a woman that has bad intentions and just is sucking you dry, literally, pun intended, who wants to be around that? You never know what you got. She could be plotting your demise like the woman in December did with the 30-year-old woman and the 72-year-old American. You don't want that. Okay? They met in April 2023, got married in October 2023. She killed him in December 2023. Is that what you want? In Cebu, by the way. Because there's no way, it's harder to figure out what you got. You take over there where you really have more control. Because the minute you get over there, she's not going to have the support group. That takes a while. She's going to depend on you more there than she does here. So I don't know. It's, it depends on the woman. Because she's going to play, if she got bad intentions, I don't care where she is. There's nothing you're going to be able to do. You ain't going to have no peaceful life. That's what I'm saying. Jesse James says, I only want one good quality woman in my life. A woman who I can trust. She has my back and vice versa. Ride or die, no drama, no deception. There's plenty of them here. That's all I want. I'm 60 now. All those years of running around and all that. See, trust to me is stronger than love. Love is too broad a term. Trust is trust. Either I can trust you or I can't. Either you're trustworthy or you're not. Love is broad, man. I love chocolate too much. I love Curly. I love Merle, but it's different degrees of love. It's too broad. Trust is more important because you got to trust somebody to love them. Trust takes time, man. If you don't trust me, you don't love her. That's not love. It's probably infatuation or something. He said, I would love to be there with a beautiful woman. Yeah, just make sure it's the right woman, though, because there's so many beautiful ones over here. Beauty being in the eyes of the beholder, which is you. But it's plenty of them. You just want to be able to sleep in that bed at night with both your eyes closed. I don't have to sleep with one eye open and on my wallet and everything and one eye closed. You're going to die. You're going to be stressed out. You can't get no sleep. So, if Merlin's nothing else, she's a 10 when it comes to being trustworthy. Okay? because she's got it all now. You know, if she was going to turn on me, if Maryland had bad intentions, I would have seen it already because everything's in her name. It's all hers. You know, all I got is, but see, this is all I need right here. That's why I keep my man, a sound man, and a strong body because I'm good at starting over. Kick me out if you want to. Guess what? You're going to look up and I'll be the same way or better. I'm going to learn from that past mistake, though. But yeah, I can trust Maryland. Okay. The project says it's way too easier to walk away and get you another foreign woman than in the West. In the West, you're risking your assets, etc. Well, I'm not going to try to practice law without a license. But I do know this because I've been divorced before that the only thing that my ex-wife had access to was the assets we accumulated together. She had no asset. She had no rights to the assets that I had coming into the marriage. Now we were together for 18 years. But if you go into a marriage, what kind of marriage are you going to go in? You're going to have if you're going into it like that? Yeah, you know, nobody goes into the marriage thinking they're going to get a divorce and all of that. But I'm just telling you that over here, if you stay over here with the woman, it's that's another argument that's irrelevant. Okay, there's nobody. The people who've done it and done it successfully, they're gonna say this is the way to do it. The people who stayed over here and done it successfully, they're gonna say that's the way to do it. Okay, I did it both ways. I can tell you that it's going to depend on the woman. I got three ex women that I dealt with over in America now. They did not change. They changed very little. Okay, it's going to depend on the woman. It's not going to depend on uh, you. If you got a woman with bad intentions, she's going to be bad here or over there. But they changed very little. They live better. But I would rather go ahead and, you know, if I'm not old enough to retire, then I'm going to see what I've got. And I had a good one. Yeah, you certainly got to take it slow. And that's what we won't do. They put us on the clock the minute we get off the plane. That's a bad mistake because remember, I don't care who you are. In the beginning, these relationships, it's all about the money. It's all about the finances for her. For you, it's all about the sex. So if she's worried about that, she's not going to want to marry you right away. Okay. And if you're worried about that, you wouldn't want to marry her right away. But we don't think like that. We think, oh, they're running out of Filipino women over here. I better hurry up and marry her while I can. Knowing that she don't love, why would you want to marry a woman that doesn't love you? Because love is so important to a lot of you guys who doesn't, you can't even trust her. Okay? I keep bringing up James because he's the only one he's clearing my mind. Don't do what he did. Even though it's working out for him right now, he did not know that woman, man. You don't come over here and marry a woman in 2 weeks. How? You can't trust nobody in that amount of time. We're talking about trust, man. Not talking about hell. Love has too much, too many meanings. That's all I'm saying. Just slow down a little bit, hell, and enjoy, you know, the fruits over here. Variety is the spice of life. I don't believe me and Marilyn would have the relationship we have now if it wasn't for the women I had met before. They taught me what a good Filipino woman was because I didn't know. I was guessing, really. I was going by what I was doing over there. I had no idea what a woman was like over here. Not realizing the very first woman, my son's mother, it wasn't going to get any better than that. I was going side. I've been going sideways ever since because I didn't know any better though. So now that I met Marilyn, I'm like, okay, now I know what I've got. There is no upgrade. She's gonna look. She might be younger. She may look different, have a different body, but it's not gonna be any different, guys. I'm gonna be starting over, spending all of that money again. Trust has to start over again. Okay, when I could have stopped, in 2010 when I met her. That was as good as it gets over here. Okay, and I was right about her. I mean, I was wrong, but I was right later on. She's ambitious. When we broke up, it didn't stop nothing. She was determined to get over there, and she did. She's building a house. She works 2 jobs. Not only is she building a house there, she built her mother and family a house in those mountains. That was the first thing she did. But I wouldn't have known that Marilyn was as good a woman or my wife without having to deal with the women before. Solutions Bias says, that's my fear, to create a life with a woman and then to lose it. Well, if that's how you're thinking, guess what? You're going to lose it. We become what we think about, Solutions Bias. That's universal law. All right. We become what we think about. All the philosophers, they may have disagreed on everything else, but that one thing, they all are in agreement. So if all you worrying about is, oh, I'm so afraid to create a life with a woman over here because I'm going to lose it, guess what? That's what's going to happen. Like Dawsonville said, once she gets to America, she gets her papers and starts working, then you would know what you really have. That's right. This is what I'm saying. Or here in a situation where you put her in a situation where she doesn't need you anymore. Then you're going to know. Otherwise, you're never going to know, man. That's one of the advantages. It's just one of the advantages. Because I did a video on that. Remember, I said stop, but then I said, the advantages of bringing your woman home, back home. Because a lot of guys, they can't do it. First of all, you get rid of that damn long distance relationship. That's a scam. You're scamming yourself. That's, if any of y'all want to talk about a scam, the long distance relationship is a scam. I don't care how much you love each other. You're scamming yourself. You get rid of that. That's the only way to deal with a long distance relationship is to make it shorter. Is to get rid of it. Otherwise, man, you're scamming yourself. Who wants that's insanity. They're doing the same thing over and over, getting the same results. I just watched the video a guy made. I'm thinking he's making a video that they're finally together. No, they're in a relationship. It's his 3rd time he's done this. Okay. Now he's getting ready to come back again for the 4th time. Like, fool, are you crazy? Should I get off the pot? Either come over here or bring the woman over there with you. Look at all the money you wasted. You come over here with 2 or 3. Go back over there and you miserable as hell again. It gets worse, because he showed her on the video 2 days before he leave. Oh, she's sad. She's in the bed. He's trying to cheer her up. But nothing's gonna work, man, until you can stay with the woman. It's the only thing that's gonna work. I'm sorry, I tell you now. Got all that money he done wasted. Foolish. I don't care what nobody says. I'll argue with you all day long. That's insanity to do that. You supposed to be dealing with a woman who lives on a whole other continent. Y'all need to have y'all brains examined for that. I give a guy more credit who came over here one time and bought his woman over there than a guy that keeps coming back and forth like that with a relationship. No. Now, coming back and forth is a smart thing to do if you're gonna talk about exploration. You want to move over here, but to put up with a long distance relationship, my God, crazy. Well, you know, at least you're gonna say, well, at least I know about it. I'm vetting her, but all that shit that's going on in between there, anybody's ever done it can tell you it's hell. Robert Dame said, it's not going to be like I know the questions ahead of time, no script. Well, they're going to have, you know, Robert, that they're on the script. It's a script being run on us. But no matter how much I tell y'all, y'all don't believe it. It's a script. Every woman that I've ever dealt with over here from 2009 all the way to now played that script. He said, agreed, my game is tight. We flew into Manila yesterday. She went to visit her aunt, and I headed to Angeles. She cried and kissed me goodbye. Oh, you bought it together. But hey, guys, I thank y'all so much. I'm about to get off here. You know, it's Sunday. We go to the store, and we've got to go to the damn hardware store. I've got to get the towels for this dirty kitchen. When y'all see this, man, he did an excellent job. I spent a whole lot more money than I thought, but now that it's become it's almost finished, I'm glad I went ahead and did it because it's really added value to this house. But thank y'all for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up. Thank y'all for your membership. Go on, members only. That video is already up right now. And it'll be available to everybody else at 6:30 a.m. Philippines time. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time.